In Islam, it's taboo, forbidden, shirk, and haram to illustrate how Allah looks like. When I was a Muslim, growing up, I always wondered how Allah actually looked like. Did he have eyes, hands, and feet like humans? Was he a gaseous entity? Was he black? Was he white? I even asked my local imam, sheikh, and Islamic teachers how Allah looked like, but I always got the same response. Imagining Allah is beyond our human conscious imagination and capabilities. According to the Quran, no one created Allah. He doesn't have any children. He is immortal, and he never becomes sleepy nor tired. So what does Allah physically look like? Well, for starters, let's first draw the throne of Allah. The Quran says that the size of the kursi chair is so colossal and large that it extends over the heavens and the earth. And according to this Bukhari hadith, his throne is supported by pillars. This Sahih Muslim hadith says his throne is above water. And in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, when Allah completed his creation, he wrote in his book, which is with him on his throne. But remember, the Quran was never complete in a book form during Muhammad's lifetime, so Allah's book has to be something else unrelated. Maybe it's Allah's own personal diary, since in the hadith he wrote down, "My mercy overpowers my anger." And that sounds pretty personal. And according to the Sahih Bukhari hadith, Allah has a shin, which is the front part of the leg below the knee. And in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Allah will put his foot over hell and say enough. So we know Allah's got feet and legs. Allah has hands. According to the Quran, verses 326, 373, 564, and 67:1. And in the Sahih Muslim hadith, Muhammad says Allah has a right hand. And in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Muhammad says Allah has another hand. So that means Allah has two hands. And in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Muhammad says Allah has 5 fingers. So he has 5 fingers on each hand, just like us humans. In the Quran 564, it says both of Allah's hands are extended. And Allah has a face, according to the following Quranic verses 2:115, 2:272, 30:38, 30:39, and 76:9. Allah has ears. In the Sahih Bukhari hadith, Allah listens to the recitation of the Quran. And Allah is mentioned in the Quran as Al-Samiyah, the hearer. The word hearer is mentioned 51 times in the Quran. Allah has eyes, since Allah is mentioned in the Quran as Al-Basir, the seer. The word seer is mentioned 50 times in the Quran. And in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Muhammad said the Ad-Dajjal, the Antichrist, the false Messiah, will have one eye, and Allah is now one-eyed. So this means Allah must have 2 eyes or more. Allah has a mouth. In this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Allah smiles at 2 men. And in this Sahih Muslim hadith, the last man to enter paradise will make Allah laugh. This hadith shows that God will physically laugh, so he must have some sort of mouth. And according to the Sahih Bukhari hadith, Allah is capable of being angry. And lastly, in this Sahih Bukhari hadith, Muhammad says Allah created Prophet Adam in his picture. And in this Sahih Muslim hadith, the Holy Prophet Muhammad said, if you ever get in a physical fight, you shouldn't punch people in the face, because Allah created Prophet Adam in his own image, and punching someone's face would be disrespecting Allah himself. You wouldn't want to punch Allah in the face, or would you? If Allah created the first human being, Adam, in his best picture, then that means Allah looks like a male human. Allah is a humanoid, having an appearance or a character resembling that of a human. On the Day of Judgment, people will not recognize Allah because He has a human form, just like the rest of us. So on that day, He will show the believers his shin, so that they will recognize him. And upon seeing his leg, every believer will prostrate before him. But why must Allah show his shin to be recognized? Why does Allah even have a human form? It just doesn't make sense, because you can easily confuse Allah with another man, and that's why the believers won't recognize him at first. It would make more sense for a God to have a divine, unique form, because the Quran states numerous times that there is nothing like him, and he is the most unique. But how is there nothing like Allah if Allah has 2 legs, 2 hands, 5 fingers, a face, 2 eyes, 2 ears, and Adam was created in his own image? And if you watched my previous video on my channel, I explained that Allah wears a hijab, according to the Quran itself and the Sahih Hadiths. So, if Allah is a male deity, having created Adam in his own image, and he wears a hijab to veil himself from his creations, doesn't that make Allah a transvestite? Since he is wearing exactly what Muslim women wear to cover their awra, their beauty. This is what Allah looks like without his hijab covering. And this is what Allah looks like with his hijabun nur, his veil of light. In conclusion, we learned that according to the Quran and Sahih Hadiths, Allah is a humanoid, having an appearance or character resembling that of a human. He has 2 legs, 2 hands, 5 fingers, a face, 2 eyes, 2 ears, and Prophet Adam, the first human being, was created in his own image. As usual, I have provided those sources to my arguments in the description below, so you can go check for yourself.